consider the lilies, how they grow not, they not. And yet I say unto you, woman, in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then God so clothed the grass, which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind.
This is our kingdom, a kingdom of righteousness. Praise the Lord. Praise ye the Lord.
For all these things do the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. Rather, all these shall be added unto you. Do not look. It is good and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. To the kingdom of Israel!
An aristocracy. Meaning rule of the best in the state. A governing body composed of the best men in the state. And that's the elect. We're about to have it all. All right? Psalms 37 and verse 11. Then it reads, and shall delight themselves for peace in the Hebrew is shalom. Which goes in, we're going to truly have rest, welfare, health, prosperity, peace, stability. We're going to rule and exist within the Lord's creation as we were created to do. To rule the world, man. But you.
Let the golden light of this sunset guide our hearts in peace.
Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Shah. All right. And what I want to get into this morning, news and prophecy, dealing with, Iran, nuclear rumors, all right, and Technocracy takeover, Esau Edom, he's going to bulldoze, his way into this new world order. Okay. He's going to go for he's going to throw everything he has into this, enterprise of trying to be the most high through technology, man. Okay, because the Lord built this man to have, such vain ambition. Okay, that he can't turn it off, man. Okay, going back to how the Lord has this man hardened. So just as Pharaoh, was hardened, we're watching it. Esau Edom be hardened as well. Matter of fact, I believe that's and the brother can get there, Baba Shah, the book of Sirach, chapter 16. Let's see. I want to go to it. Then we got some more things to get into. But yeah, the devil is hardened, you know, and it's the Lord, has his man, on the biggest crash out mission ever. We have to understand Esau Edom, all right, is on the biggest crash out mission ever. As we the culture of crash outs. Well, the biggest crash out is Esau, and his attempt to be the most high. Well, we're going to see him collide, all right, with the prophecies and the will of the heavenly Father, which is against this man. Okay, so yeah, let's Sirach 16 and 15, Bob Shaw. Yep, brother already on, brother Sharp. This is the brother GMSDC, Taz Dagda, Yara 144. You can tell the brothers that read a lot, and brothers be on it. All right. And it said, brother, be quicker than the chat GPT, man. You know, this is Sirach 16 and 15. It said, the Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should know, all right, that he should not know him. So the Lord wants Esau not to know him, not to reverence his power, not to reverence. The scriptures say, even in the land of uprightness, he will not behold the majesty. If a brother can post that as well. I believe it's Isaiah 28 and 28. And that brother might beat me to it. 28 and is it 28? Might be 26. Might be 26. In the land of uprightness, he will not uphold his majesty, man. Because he devils, they're in our land, as we speak. Okay. But they still don't reverence, the majesty, the authority, okay, of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay, yep. Isaiah 26 and Isaiah 26 and 10. They'll say, brother, quick draw. Yeah. So you tell brothers been reading, They blesses he that readeth, But going back, it says Sirach 16 and 15 said the Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world. So the Lord, has hardened Esau because the Lord finna show power, because we watch Esau and what he got going on, but we watching him fail, and we keep up with him because of this important, prophecy of the civil unrest and the MOTV, to keep us, keep us in lockstep with this nigga, and where he's going with this thing, okay, to give out that warning, you see. But ultimately, we know that he's going to fail, and the Lord has this man on this path, okay, so the Lord can show his power, man. So the Lord got Esau, puffed up with pride. Esau is delusional. In his mind, he think he got it. He think that he's has some chance to pulling this off. He don't hype them up with the AI. In his mind, he can get AI to the point to where it can know all things and be omnipresent and all this, which is a goddamn lie. Okay. But he's fooled to think that he can try because he lies so much, he believe in the lies now. Okay, so there's no one more deceived than Esau, man. Okay, and the Most High got this nigga on the crash out mission because the Lord wants to show the world his power, and it's going to be through Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, so let's go. Mr. Brother Anah, Brother Priest Anah. All right, GMS look up, 144. And it says Isaiah 26 and 10, it says, let favor be showed to the wicked. All right, so this devil has been given favor. The Lord, the scripture say the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Esau cried about the blessing, and then the Lord gave this nigga, Okay, this was like a trial run. Like, okay, nigga, you cried about the blessing. Here you go. All right, and look what this nigga is doing with it. So this, what would have happened if this nigga had the blessing? That nigga just destroy the earth. Everything would be finished. Okay, so the Lord, like, okay, give you the earth, give you favor. You see, and this is what Esau would do with the blessing, man. Okay, he turned the earth to a bando. Okay, to a whorehouse, man, to a trap house. Okay, the earth is one big whorehouse slash trap house, man, under this nigga, man. Okay, so you keep reading this in Isaiah 26 and 10. It said, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness, man. It's not in Esau to learn righteousness, man. And the only way to run the earth forever is in the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. If a brother want to post that, I think Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 15. Okay, there's no other way to run the earth outside of righteousness, man, or it's going to fail. That's why all these kingdoms fail, man. Because they have these dynasties, but they don't have the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. And that was only given, all right, to one people. Okay. And it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Okay. So it's not in Esau's spirit to do right. He would not reverence the power of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. He would not forward righteousness in the earth. All right. He's not meant to magnify the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. Okay. He's meant to be the wicked. Okay. And being an example to all these nations. Okay. This is, okay, this is what happens when wickedness rules the earth. And this what happens when you know, because he's showing us what happens when wickedness goes unchecked. And he's showing these heathens this is Esau and been making a statement, okay, with his power, man. Okay. So let's see. Yep, this the brother Yashima, tribe of Judah. Let's get this. This is brother Yashima, tribe of Judah. It said Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 15. It said, for righteousness is immortal. Okay? For righteousness is immortal. So in order to run the earth forever, well, you have to be righteous. Ain't no other way to run the earth outside of righteousness. Okay, righteousness is in order to be immortal, you have to be righteous. That's why, when we're changed, we're gonna have those perfect bodies, which is going to be righteous, man. Righteousness and immortality go hand in hand. You see, and Esau is the farthest from righteousness, man. And that's why he's on a crash course with death. You see, the earth is destroying itself under this man's rulership, man. You see, and this devil, he's doubling down on it. Okay, my nigga doubling down on it, man. I'm gonna give a damn. You see, we're gonna go into some clips, man. You see, I'm gonna give a damn, man. Jeremiah 13 to 23 says, can an Ethiopian, this the brother GMS look up, right? The beloved brother, priest or not. It says, can an Ethiopian change his skin or the leper his spots? Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil, man. Okay, so Esau can't change his nature, man. Just like a leopard can't change his spot, the leopard don't get to pick, what outfit it puts on. Okay, it has their uniform. Okay, so Esau doesn't pick. Okay, the spirit that's within him, man. He's wicked. He's the wicked. So there's nothing he can do that can change it. He's going to be the wicked. He's going to do the things that wicked people do. Okay, everything that the wicked. Okay, if you was writing a movie and you wanted this ultimate wicked character. Okay, well, Esau is the perfect person for that character. All right, the Lord has given this nigga nothing but wicked, all right, conniving, diabolical, okay, traits, man. And he has no remorse about it, man. You see? So, yeah, man, we in a time, all right, where the Lord is getting ready to manifest, prophecy, and manifest his power, and he has Esau on his crash out mission so he can show power, and he's going to use Esau on the left hand because Esau crashing out, Esau gonna bring the pain on the way out, man. The Lord gonna use the devil, to bring that hammer on the way out. Okay. Like I said, Esau going out like Scarface, man. You see all them nukes coming to America, man, and he just, gonna be still up, snorting the lines, okay, shooting back to till he can't no more, man. You see? So this is how this movie ends for Esau, man. Okay, with the Most High showing his power, okay, in the earth, okay, on Esau, man. You see? So let's go here, because like I said, with these data centers, man, because we know this is the lifeline of his new world order. So you have let's go here. Back, let's get this first. Let's get this article first. All right, now I got this. The brother went into this morning. All right, the brother in Dallas. Um, channel song for thought. Let me say that's the brother channel, and I forget the brother name every time. Every time. All right, but he went into it this morning, and so this is what made me look up the this article dealing with Trump dodges AI rules for now with latest executive order. It's a lot of for getting your name. Blame it on my mind, not my heart. It's what old folk you tell us down here. They forget something. Blame it on my mind, not my heart. So let's read this article though, because like we've been saying, Trump is the one that is paving the way, all right, for technocracy. Okay, he's dismantling, all right, this old style of government, this fake democracy, which is the rule of many, which it was never a true democracy, just an illusion of one. Okay, but even that illusion of democracy is being dismantled, and is making way for a technocracy, man. Okay, so everything that we're seeing done, every move is being made, all right, for what? For technocrats, okay, for technology, all right. This devil, he loves technology more than people, okay, and that's why he's getting ready to do away with a lot of people in his agenda. He's going to do away with a lot of people to pave room for more resources for what technology. It said President Trump signed a narrow executive order on artificial intelligence and cybersecurity Tuesday. The new order lets the White House kick, all right, the can down the road while they consider new rules for cutting edge AI models and what to do about AI's advanced cybersecurity capabilities. It said the order is an attempt to shore up the country's cyber defense as models like Mythos reveal shocking cybersecurity vulnerabilities, but it doesn't compel AI companies to share information about their latest models, man. Okay? So he's giving these AI companies, okay, the green light to do what they want to do. Okay, basically just to sum it up. All right, they don't have to, share what they don't want to share. They don't have to tell people how it's working. They don't have to, they're just doing what they want to do with no explanation. They don't have to explain themselves. They can just continue to roll this thing out. Okay, so Trump has been in the White House rolling out the red carpet for technocracy, man. And he rolled the carpet out on top of you American people. And the technocracy just walking over you niggas, man. Okay? And it said driving the news that the surprise moves comes more than a week after Trump counseled the release of another version of the order with stricter requirements, saying it could have hurt American competitiveness. Okay, this whole, they got to be first in AI, or if they're behind, they're going to be threatened by, you know, China militarily and Russia if they don't catch up with AI, which China and Russia, they are going to play a part militarily in taking this place down, but it's not going to be with the narrative that they use with this AI competition. Okay? It's going to be according to the narrative of the scriptures. You see? But they use, this propaganda as if they just in this race with China, which, China was advanced by, American finance, okay, and American technology. Now, China has re-engineered a lot of their technology and improved on certain things, okay, but it was kick-started by, all right, American finance and American tech companies, man, okay, because it was easier to roll out, their surveillance system in China because it was already a communist government, all right, which is a totalitarian style government, okay, saying it could have hurt American competitors. It said advanced AI capabilities make our nation stronger, okay, but also introduce new national security consideration that require coordinated action across executive departments and agencies and components. The executive order states, yeah. So he's saying, look, AI is making our nation stronger. We have to lead this AI race, to stay competitive in the world. Okay, and this is just an excuse for them to accelerate the infrastructure needed for the MOTB. All right, these AI, these data centers, these fly cameras, okay, all these play a part, okay, in the infrastructure needed, all right, for the MOTB to function, man. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's get this video real quick and see people are waking up to the fact, like, goddamn, you know, people are like, why do we need this many goddamn data centers? You know, so people are waking up to the fact that these data centers are for something more than what he's saying they for, more than just storing, your family vacation pictures on the cloud. Okay, like these data centers are for something else. Like people are coming to that conclusion, man. Okay, because the script says that the devil is being searched out. Okay, so let's go here.
A data center the size of a U.S. city just got approved in Utah.
People are like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's completely new territory.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things.
This seems so science fiction that it's not even funny. But yet, here we are.
Why do we need elections? Because we know what the result will be.
But purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. Hope everybody's feeling good. So let me ask you guys, have you ever noticed how all of a sudden all these data centers are popping up everywhere? I mean, these gigantic buildings, almost like compounds with no windows, thousands of servers and private security. They're just boring, nothing to see here buildings that are necessary to support internet infrastructure. But what if there's something more going on? Why are billion-dollar companies at this point buying up a bunch of small towns? And why are governments suddenly obsessed with AI? And why, with all of this technology that we have and building all these new buildings, some people believe that it is because these data centers have nothing to do with storing large amounts of data. They believe that the data center boom might actually be the very beginning of something much, much bigger.
Build campaign coming launch 2 weeks out.
They believe that these buildings are preparing for an AI-controlled future, or that they are huge surveillance hubs used to spy on us, or even that they are underground bunkers for the digital elite. Before we go any further,
There you go. So now people are scratching their head like, well, goddamn, what the hell are they trying to? What do they need all this computing power for? Okay, it don't take that much data, for the internet. The internet already has enough capacity, you know, for the simple task. And, you know, there's plenty of data, okay, for pictures and videos on your phone, and even, you know, data for governments, okay, because what's happening, the government, all right, the new government is going to be your AI. That's why your government is so in tune with AI, because that's going to be your new government. AI will be your new government, man. Okay, and that's the way things are trending. You see, so let's I had to fast forward. I'm gonna jump 2 times. Okay, when people are putting two and two together, okay, and that's why the devil has to come on with it. You know, he don't have time to take his time, roll this thing out, because the enchantments is wearing off. You know, certain, you know, the mask is coming off, man. Okay, the mask is being ripped off this nigga, man. Okay, and it begins with the spirit. You see, and my brother want to get that uh Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7 through 9. All right, and Jeremiah 49 and 10 Balkashah. So let's play a little more.
At for a long period of time to see what you're interested in, your political options, and even your sleeping patterns.
A data center the size of a U.S. city just got approved in Utah. 40,000 acres, about 62 square miles, 3 times bigger than Manhattan, bigger than all of Disney World, about the size of Washington, D.C. And to understand how insane this is, one of the biggest known data centers currently in America is only around 2,000 acres. So this new one would be 23 times that. This is a private digital metropolis. Now, here's what I don't buy. This is not being built so your vacation photos can sit in the cloud, or so ChatGPT can tell you how much garlic goes in your pasta sauce. We already have capacity for that. This is something different. Data centers at this scale are not just storage, they're prediction machines designed to track your every search, every scroll, every pause, every grocery order, every voice command. Every time you hover, hesitate, buy, don't buy, feed enough of that info to machines, and they don't just know your consumer behavior, they know what you're going to do next. If a company knows the exact moment you're vulnerable, they know the exact moment to hit you with the product, the price, the notification, the video, the ad. People will say, all right, that sounds crazy. Really? Years ago, people said it sounded crazy that an intelligence agency could collect communications data at massive scale. Then the documents came out. It was not fiction, it was the NSA's standard operating procedure. That was step 1, collect the signals. This looks like step 2, build machines big enough to read and analyze every digital signal known to man. And it's not good. The law is not caught up to this. At this scale, the question should not be whether you'd agreed to this data collection by downloading an app. The question should be whether these systems should be able to have access to all of your digital behavior all of the time, and then to sell access to it to the highest bidder. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a 62 square mile computer campus really is about faster emails and better ChatGPT answers. But ask yourself this, why would they need a city-sized machine to do the things they can already do? There's a lot of money in surveilling every single thing you do every minute of the day using AI. I'm just afraid of what comes next.
I mean,
See, people are waking up to what this AI is really for. Okay, you know, and they have, like I said, they got people addicted by consumer use. You know, a lot of people worship AI and they talk to it like it's a, you know, they talk to the AI like it's a living, you know, entity, you know, for therapy and, you know, chat bots and, you know, but ultimately this AI, okay, is for surveillance, it's for control, it's for managing the population in this new world order. Okay. That's what AI is for. And see, people come to the conclusion like, no, this is bigger than some goddamn emails. Okay. Goddamn, nigga, 40,000 acres. Like, what, nigga, what are you doing? Okay. So, yeah, man, the longer this thing goes, the more people are going to begin to, you know, realize, like, no, this nigga's up to something else. Okay. So let's go here. Well, you played this before, but it's going to go into another clip, you know, because this little chick talk about Georgia Power, you know, they're already doing eminent domain. okay, for these data centers. Okay, showing you, and it's always shows you that we never own anything. Okay, that's why this whole thing people talk about. You got see ownership. Put you in a position to where you can. No, you don't own nothing. They can do eminent domain. What do you own? Okay, what you gonna do about it when they show up with them bulldozers? Okay, you see their workforce. All right, and you want to get cute, go get a rifle, and then they show up with military on your ass, man. All right, having drones hovering over your ass. Okay, so this whole thing of ownership that's an illusion. Okay, the elites own America. Okay, lock, stock, and barrel, man. Okay, and they're doing what they want. All right, with their country, man, with their land. You see, so let's play a little bit of this.
Georgia. Here in Coweta County, Georgia, Georgia Power is forcibly taking people's homes. Okay, they have no choice in this matter. These are the power lines. It's being taken by Georgia. We don't have a choice in this. They are going to be expanding these power lines. Why? For the data centers. All of this is for the data centers. And you may think this might not be what happens when they come for your house next. Hey, you guys, it's Ansley Brown on the fight to save my mom's house from eminent domain. Here I am today with another mother and a homeowner who this is affecting. What is it taking from her? Look behind me. It's taking this entire backyard, the pool and everything. Tell us about it.
Hi, my name is Cynthia, and I am just one of many homeowners who are impacted by Georgia Power's high voltage power lines that are going in to support data centers that are being built all over. We were informed that they were going to come in and take more than half of our property. They are going to demo all of these trees, playhouse, fence, fire pit, the pool, the spa, all of this, including our two neighbors' houses. They're completely demoing theirs. This easement is only going to be 12 feet from our house. 12 feet
from the house, man. You might well move them. They're going to take out the pool, the spa, their little hamlet back there. Okay. And run this big ass line through there, man. Okay, so what the hell they supposed to do with all this big major construction, the crane, 12 feet from the room? You might well get out of there, man. Okay, so this is Esau. He just bulldozing his way to the new world order. This is the Most High got this man hardened. We want to see how Pharaoh was tripping, because you read Exodus, even before you come into the truth, you like, this nigga Pharaoh is tripping, man. Why, like, let them folks go. Like, you getting jacked up. Okay, but this is the spirit the Lord got on Esau. This nigga hardened to do this, man. He don't give a damn. Okay, damn that pool, nigga. Data center, we coming through. Okay, you want to keep your little bedroom, right? We'll work around it. All right, that's this nigga just out here wilding, man. The nigga don't care. But let's play a little more.
Some people believe the current energy crisis is actually tied directly to AI expansion. Electrical grids are being redesigned around data centers. Nuclear plants are staying open, and billions of dollar energy deals are happening almost overnight. That's just how much energy they use. I bet you hadn't thought about how much water they actually need. Data centers need massive cooling systems. Remember when I mentioned earlier that underground data facilities are believed to exist because the temperature is lower down there, right? So how are data centers cooled above ground? With water.
We're getting killed at the gas pumps, as you already noticed, but there's something else: water. Right now, $700 billion is being invested in AI data centers across America, and $2.4 trillion by 2030. Every single one of those data centers needs two things in massive quantities: power and water. One large data center drinks up to 500,000 gallons of water every single day just to keep the surface cool. 2/3 of all these new data centers are being built in areas that already or running out of water, like Arizona, Texas, the Colorado River Basin, for instance. Now, when you raise this, and I have, the tech companies say, hey, Stephen, don't worry about it. It's a closed loop system. The water gets recycled. Well, that's not true. That's a lie. Scientists have confirmed that. The water is gone from your community forever.
Some facilities use millions of gallons.
The water is gone forever. You know, because they use it, and then the water, you know, it evaporates. You know, it turns into the smoke. Okay, that comes out of those data centers, man. It turns into a pollutant. They turn fresh drinking water into pollutant. So they're turning fresh drinking water to air pollution. That's why you gotta call. That's why you can call it a death center. Okay, and he wants these things up and running. This will be continued, man. The earth, you know, under this man's new world order, man, the earth will be so, you know, so miserable. You know, it's already miserable now. You know, but this would be a whole nother level of misery. Okay, just like those dystopian movies, man. Those dystopian movies don't even do justice to the misery and the filth this man is trying to bring to the earth, man. Okay, and everyone is calling this man out, man. Everyone's going into the details about this nigga. Like, nah, this really, you know, what they're doing. You know, that's why we go here to this the book of 2 Thessalonians 2:7. This is brother GMS DC. Tyler Doc Yara 144. This is for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth would let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, and this was, you know, written during the time of pagan Rome, you know, when Edom was ruling in Rome. You know, so this, you know, this wicked, all right, nation of people was already in power at this time. You know, but he will fall and come back. And when he come back in this time, this is when he will go for his new world order. Okay, this is when he would begin to do, all right, this wickedness that we're seeing him doing now. Okay, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. See, this was a time when he would be revealed. Okay, Esau, Edom is the wicked. You know, now they're not gonna mention Esau. Okay, but we know according to the spirit that this is Esau that's doing all this. See, we're able to put a label on the nation that's doing this. These are Edomites, man. All right, which are the wicked. Okay, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is prophecy, man. And prophecy got this nigga fast tracking, man. Okay, so like I say, he just bulldozing his way, okay, to this new world order infrastructure, man. Okay, it's prophecy that got pressure on this nigga, man. You see, it says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, which is the coming of Yahweh Shai. You know, and this devil, he knows that we speak about the coming of Yahweh Shai, and you best believe he's seeing these cherishing signs, man. And the prophets are a sign of the coming of Yahweh Shai. You know, so it has this nigga fast tracking, man. You know, has this nigga really, you know, going full throttle with this new world order. Okay, it says even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders, man. And a major part of these lying wonders is this AI. You know, there's a lot of hype around this AI, man. You know, it is extremely overhyped. It can do a lot of things. It's a wonder, you know, the way it's able to compute, you know, the speed and, you know, all this data that is able to, like I say, compute and, you know, conjure up, you know, answers. Okay. But the way he hypes it up, he overhypes it. You know, it's a lying wonder. You see? And he comes in the energy of Satan. This is very satanic what the devil is trying to bring to the earth, man. Okay, this is extremely satanic, man. All right, but he's being exposed right before the Lord judges this man. The earth is going to know why Esau is being judged in the fashion that the Lord is going to judge him. Okay, his charges are being laid out there, man. You know, it's going to be known like, nigga, this the man that destroyed the earth. Nigga, he was gonna kill everything, man. You see? It's gonna be known like this nigga was finna destroy everything, man. That's gonna be the legacy of Esau. Okay, because that's his legacy going back from the garden with the serpent, Cain, to Esau. He's always known for destroying paradise. Okay. You see, going back to the serpent, what got Adam kicked out the garden. All right, and the earth starts spiraling downhill from there. Okay, you had to work the land. The land used to just shoot forth in abundance. Now the land had to be worked because what the serpent brought to Eve and what Eve brought to Adam. Okay, and then you had the time of Cain when the earth was filled with violence. So the Lord had to flood the earth, man. Okay, and now you have Esau, and the earth is filled with what? Violence and pollution and witchcraft, man. Okay, showing that the spirit of the serpent and Cain is in this nigga Esau, man. And what is he doing once again? Destroying paradise, man. To where the Lord has to intervene, man. Okay, so you go to Jeremiah 49:10 and said, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret place, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Yeah, so Esau is being made bare, man. Everything that he's trying to do, man, is being broken down into detail. You know, and the Lord is stripping this nigga from, his power as well. Okay, his military ain't hitting like it used to. His enchantments don't hit like they used to, man. Okay, the Lord is making this man bare. Okay, so this new world order is a last ditch effort. Okay, for Esau, man. You know, to try to extend his power on the earth, man, but he's going to fail. You see, so let's play some more of this.
Of water, which has created frustration in a lot of local communities. I have personally seen people talking terrible.
So there is a huge AI data center being built right now as we speak in Miami-Dade County, specifically in Miami's predominantly Black neighborhood of Westview. The facility is being built by a New Hampshire company known as Iron Mountain, and the name of the place is going to be MIA1. But guess what? Residents in Miami-Dade County had no notification that this place was being built. They went to County Commissioner Marlene Bastien here in Miami-Dade County, who represents the area where this place is being built, with questions about, hey, you do know that these AI data centers are being built in the US and polluting the water supply, polluting the air quality of the area. They're increasing electricity costs for people. What do you have to say about all those things? They've received no response, no meaningful response whatsoever. But of course, Miami-Dade County's government is saying, oh, this is a huge $150 million investment in Miami-Dade's tech revolution, right? And that they're going to provide 30 jobs with an average salary of at least $71,000. 30 jobs in a community with thousands of residents? I don't think that's the best trade-off, right?
Yet us normal people are being...
You see they build it around, Jake, showing you that there's always a target with Jake, man, that perpetual hatred. That the scriptures speak of for Jake, man. He always going to make sure that he destroyed, destroying Jake is always at the top of his priority, man. Okay. But then we're going to get on these water shortages too, man. We're going to get on these because there's something that's, that's not being talked about. Okay. And he's just sucking the earth, dry water to keep these data centers cool, man. We at the point where the Lord got to intervene. No flesh shall make it. That's literal, man. That's not analogy. Okay, it's not a parable. No, it's literal. No flesh shall make it that this nigga was to continue, man. All right, and he's doing damage that he's not even considering because he's like a child. He don't care. He's just obsessed with trying to get this off the ground, man. Okay, let's play a little more. I think the brother got a preset. Let's get this. This the brother, not preset, not. GMS look up. This is Micah 2:2. It says, when you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. Yep. Either he'll say, all right, the leadership, when it comes to these countries, he say, well, oh, the leadership is inhumane. They need us. We need to come in and rescue the population from, this wicked leader. They make this leader a boogeyman and, okay, push the propaganda and, okay, and they come in and do a coup, you see, and set up shop, man, and take what they want out their land. Okay, or You know, with their own citizens, they'll say, look, eminent domain, you know, this national security, you know, we got to do this. We got to beat China to the punch, or we all doomed. Okay. Another boogeyman story. You see, it says when you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man, okay, of his property, stealing his family's inheritance, man. And this is the MO, man. So this is the devil's MO. So whether it's a whole country, okay, or a neighborhood or community, man, it's the same thing, same tactic with the devil, man. Okay. So let's play a little more.
Asked to conserve as much water as we can because our state has literally been on fire for the last month.
Florida is experiencing the worst drought in the 21st century. 99% of the state of Florida is now in a drought, and 80% is in extreme drought. Now, of course, this matters. We know that our aquifer is really low on water. We know that Lake Okeechobee is really low. But the big thing we also need to be about focusing on the fact that AI data centers are being pushed to open in the Florida.
So even with all of this, why are government and corporations like AI infrastructure more important than anything else? Well, if you listen to how they talk about AI, you'll really start to get spooked. It's almost like they worship it. They say things like it will change humanity forever and it could solve all of our problems.
Potential positive path is so good that it will force us to rethink how should we use our time. You know, you can almost call it a new religion or a new philosophy of, okay, how do we stay connected with each other, not addicted to these things that'll make video games look like nothing in terms of the attractiveness of spending time on them. So it's fascinating that the issues of, you know, disease and enough food, of climate, if things go well, those will largely become solved problems.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but most people don't want AI to come and solve all their problems. They just want cheaper gas prices. They want.
And this man is the problem of the earth. Okay, here it is. This nigga is the problem of the earth. You know, but he's saying he has the technology to solve the problem. But nigga, you're the problem. Okay, no, Yahweh Shai is going to come solve the problem. Let's get that in Sirach 10 and 10. Okay, and let's also get that in Isaiah 63. All right, verses 1 through 3, Baba Shah. Okay, nigga, you are the problem. You see? So let's segue. All right, and people, you know, but then you have a simple nigga like Anton Daniels talk about how his Tesla truck, okay, just drove from the Taco Bell. Okay, he sat in the back seat the whole time. Him and Eve went to Taco Bell in the Tesla truck. There's nothing like it, you know. Simple nigga, man. Okay, and it's beautiful that the Lord got you niggas believing in Esau, man. Okay, and you niggas finna walk right into this trap, and Esau finna torment you dumb niggas, man. Okay, so let's segue here, you know, dealing with, all right. Because it's gonna be a war. See, this war, okay, because you know he's managing this war. All right, even though certain things are backfiring, you know, the elites are still, you know, managing the war, you know, in their favor for a global collapse. Okay. But what's going to happen, you know, this war is going to spiral out of control. It's going to go to a whole nother phase. Okay. It's going to go to a whole nother phase. All right. And it's going to counsel everything the devil is trying to do. You know, and this third world war is going to usher in Yahweh Shai. Okay. Which is going to bring that final judgment to the devil, man. Okay. Let's get this, Sirach 10 and 10 is a brother servant of Yahweh Shai. All right, it said the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. Okay, so the disease of the earth is Esau. You know, and this disease is telling you he gonna fix the earth. Nigga, you're the disease. Okay? You see? And Yahweh Shai, he's going to fix the earth when he cut you off from power and put you in the captivity, man. Okay? Then after 1,000 years, you're going to be done away with. Okay? So let's play this, because there's rumors now, that Iran got them things over there, man. Whether they been had it, we don't know. Hey, but this the talk now. Okay, but the fact that this is a talking point, because no, things have to happen before the war goes nuclear. Okay, but the fact that this could be a possibility. Iran might test a nuke sometime soon. It's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. But the fact that this is the talks, then where this thing is going, man. Okay, this is what things are going to go. Okay, as we see Esau rolling out, because see the war and this technocracy is gonna collide. They're both building up together. Okay, it's gonna go from a time where the war is forwarding the technocracy to where the war is gonna destroy the technocracy, man. You see, according to prophecy, because this war is gonna usher in Yahweh Shai. You see, so let's play a little bit of this.
Have a nuke or two.
Garland Nixon here. I'm standing in for
Iran right now may very well have a nuke or two.
Garland Nixon here.
So let's go ahead here. Larry Johnson, saying from his certain sources that, Iran could have a nuke or two. Okay. So let's play this.
A source that's a high level intelligent. They're smart, but I'm talking about an intelligence organization. And we'll leave it to West Asia without specifying the country. And this person told us three things. Well, it told us a number of things, but there are three things. Out on the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. They're going to walk away from that. This is one that we waited, so we got to confirm that it was, in fact, said by this person who is, again, I'll call him a high-level intelligence official. They'll do a if they continue to receive threats and attacks, they will do a demonstration who will detonate a nuclear weapon. Not attack somebody with a nuke. They will detonate a nuclear weapon on Iranian soil to show the world we have a nuke. So that was like, wow. Yeah. We're at the wow stage. We know the country that provided the information for them to do this. It was entertaining the possibility that one entire device or the devices were provided by another country, but instead it was the assistance in how to build it was provided by another country. So Iran right now may very well have a nuke or two. And
yeah, man, and this is all prophecy, man. Okay, this is all prophecy. Okay, and I said we know before this war goes nuclear, okay, that these other things have to be fulfilled: the civil unrest, the famine, all right, the persecution of the prophets, Jacob trouble, and the mandating of the MOTB. Okay, but this just shows you what things are trending to. Okay, this is what things are headed. All right. Now, when he say they might detonate a nuke, they're speaking of testing one in Iran. Okay. There's rumors that they've tested some before. All right. But, he's speculating that, they can test one and announce that they tested one. All right. To put America and Israel on notice, like, nigga, We're gonna go all the way there. You see? You're not finna keep rational with you niggas, man. We just gonna go all the way there. Okay? So this takes this thing to another phase. All right? It just create that escalation knot to where it's guaranteed to go there, man. Okay? Like I read telling I'm saying another professor too. Grandma telling, tell Cletus, y'all better tell Cletus some crap. Okay? This shit ain't gonna go like he think. I don't need y'all to protect me from Cletus. Okay? There's a spirit I ran in. Okay? So we know all this is going to usher in, okay, Yahweh Shah, as this war continues, to escalate. Okay? Let's go. Yeah, brother, got it. So let's go here. This to brother Mark Abal, Isaiah 63:1. And said, woe, all right. It said, woe is this. It's a slaki. Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This Yahweh Shai. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Because Yahweh Shai is coming and dealing with the problem of the earth. And we're seeing these nations being built up, to go to war with Babylon. And in the midst of these nations going to war with the Babylon, Yahweh Shai is going to come and go to war with all of these nations, man. Okay? Beginning with you Edomites, man. Okay, all these Edomite militaries of the earth going to be destroyed, and the militaries of the heathens going to be destroyed at the coming of Yahweh Shai. Well, see, Yahweh Shai is coming because this is the position, Yahweh Shai cutting off the long disease. Okay, who is this that coming from Edom? Okay, that's Yahweh Shai. With dyed garments from Basra, this that is the glory, his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. That fathership along with the heavenly host, man. Okay, coming to cut off that long disease, which is Esau, Edom. It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save who? The elect. Because we have no power to save ourselves from these circumstances, man. But Yahweh Shai has more than enough power to save us from these circumstances, man. It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garment like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the wine press alone, and the people, all right, and of the people there was none with me. Okay, because this world is not with Yahweh Shai. This current age is not with Yahweh Shai, man. It's against him. You see? And Yahweh Shai is coming to wage war against this world. You see? So this is where we at. When it comes, all right, to prophecy, is that Yahweh Shai is going to get to the point where Yahweh Shai has to come in, and intervene. Okay? So there's these nations, there you see, they're going nuclear, man. Because they know, like, nigga, because Iran will be a goddamn fool to sit there with no nukes, and America and the small has got nukes. Nah, man, they scrapped up. So this ceasefire, like I say, everything working in our favor, man. This ceasefire, they're just getting ready to engage again. Everybody getting ready to go at it again. Okay, and they're gonna pick up right where they left off, man. Except now, right? Iran got knockout power too. Okay, and then it's all in prophecy, man. Okay, yep, and we can end it with this one. The brother Yaraq Yashala. Okay, it says it's the book of Zephaniah 3:8. It said, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, until the day that I rise up. All right, till I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nation that I may assemble, all right, the kingdoms to pour out upon them, okay, my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, man. So we're watching the Lord, orchestrate this master plan, okay, to judge the earth in righteousness, man. So he's causing all this conflict and this tension between these nations. At the same time, Esau trying to establish his new world order, which the war is being used to collapse the economy, and to accelerate, all right, this technocracy, okay, and this same war, all right, is going to overthrow Esau, man. Okay, the same war that he's using to accelerate his technocracy, the same war is going to overthrow this nigga, man. You know, completely, and remove all these heathens from power, man. You know, and the Lord is the one that's orchestrating, masterminding, all right, these nations, okay, and gathering them, you know, so he can come and judge, okay, in one swoop, man. You see, so yeah, that's the point. You know, I'll leave it there. So Lord will you brothers, all right, and you few sisters edified once again. I'm gonna give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Kakudash. All right, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessing. Salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.